All right, so now the last topic for this exclusive is crypto wallets. So we talked about altcoins and we talked about how crypto is mined, but what happens when you have cryptocurrency on an exchange, right? So a common trend that I've noticed with people new to crypto is that they leave all their funds on the exchange they use. So I guess those altcoins that we mentioned, they're not worth much, but say if you have the risk tolerance to invest a lot of money into those altcoins, right? And it's not the best idea to leave them on an exchange. But unfortunately, this is a common trend that I've noticed, right? But it's not the best practice. If you're big into invest in crypto, definitely have a wallet of your own where you can keep all your coins in a safe place, right? When trying to sell, transfer them to the exchange and make your sell or buy them from the exchange and move them back into your wallet. You don't want to leave your funds on the exchange, right? What would happen if the exchange goes down? You would lose all your money. And that's not a good thing, right? Doesn't matter what your risk tolerance is, right? If you invested a lot of money thinking that, oh, your money's safe in this exchange, right? And it'll just grow and then I'll just cash out to my bank account, right? What if, like I said, what if the exchange goes down? You'll lose all your money, right? And that's not a good thing. We don't want that to happen, right? So that's why you should look into crypto wallets. Now, a crypto wallet it's a tool to interact with the blockchain network, which I talked about in the opening of this episode. Now, there's three types of wallets, right? So there's a software wallet, a hardware wallet, and a paper wallet. So let's start out with software wallet. A software wallet can be classified as a hot wallet because it is connected to the internet, and it's given the name, it's classified as a hot wallet because since it's connected to the internet, it's vulnerable to a malicious actor such as a hacker, right? Anything connected to the internet, that is. Vice versa, hardware wallets and paper wallets are classified as cold wallets since they aren't directly connected to the internet. I'll get into this later in this segment. Now, there's a common misconception that a crypto wallet stores cryptocurrency. Let me explain this to our viewers better because that's not entirely true. Crypto wallets work as a gateway to communicate with blockchains. They don't actually store your coins. Now, Deepak, say I want to send Bitcoin to you, right? And I have a desktop wallet. On my desktop wallet, I would have a private key, which I would keep private, and a public key, which is kind of like an email that can be shared with everyone, right? Here, the concept of digital signature is then applied. Again, digital signatures is something that is in cryptography mathematics, and if you want to learn more about it, feel free to reach out to me. It's just a type of verification process that's used online in transactions. But yeah, digital signatures are applied, and then as my private and public key are verified by the wallet, right? Then an address, a public address is generated, which I can then send over to you, Deepak. And this is what a Bitcoin address is made of. And I'm sure Deepak and I'm sure our viewers have too. You've seen something called a Bitcoin address on the exchanges, right? You've seen that, right, Deepak, on your exchange, right? Your crypto exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it's made of. It's basically your private key, and that's obviously auto generated and encrypted based on like which exchange you use, right? But this is why you want to keep this in your wallet. But that Bitcoin address, right? Say if you're trying to transfer Bitcoin, is made up of your private key and your public key all combined together using like an encryption method. And it's basically formed into a public key, which can then be sent out to whoever you want to receive or send crypto to. So now you can send the Bitcoin or whatever currency you want to send, right? Whatever crypto you want to send to this address. So, like I said, digital signatures are used to verify the transaction, and the math behind it is pretty interesting. So feel free to reach out to me if you want to learn more about that. And one thing to note is that the coins never leak the blockchain. They're simply transferred via the address generated. I just wanted to point that out again because you may think that the coins are leaving the database, right? But no, they're just transferred over. Also, one thing to keep in mind when you set up your crypto wallet, never ever share your private key. This key is a secret and it's used for new transaction and access to your funds. If you're interested in how key exchanges actually work, you can check out key exchanges called RSA or Diffie Hellman for a basic understanding. Definitely check those out. We'll put the link of those in the bio if you want to check those out. There's really cool mathematics behind it and on how it works, so definitely check those out. Now, back to the wallets. Now, these wallets also generate a seed phrase, which is a root key, which gives access to all of your private keys in your wallet. Say if you have multiple transactions, right? You're not gonna secure each one of those private keys, right? So this is where your seed phrase come into play. When you go and when you get a wallet, you'll get this seed phrase, which will give you access to all of your secret keys. So make sure that this seed phrase is kept safe and secure. Now, I mentioned 3 types of wallets, right? Which wallet should you lean towards? I'm just going to get it straight out of the way with paper wallets. They're pretty much obsolete, so forget about them because they only allow you to transfer all of your funds and not a specific amount. And basically what you do is you just print out your scan code and it has your address in it, and then you physically give that scan code to the other person and they scan it, and you, like I said, you can only transfer like all the funds in your wallet. You can't transfer a specific amount. So again, I mentioned it for the sake of this for educational purposes, but again, paper wallets are not, they're not it. So now it comes down to hardware and software wallets. Like I mentioned, software wallets are risky because they're connected to the internet, right? And you have a lot of cryptocurrency and you want to keep it safe. Lean towards hardware wallets because hardware wallets aren't connected to the internet. Software wallets are convenient though because you can transfer your cryptocurrency from exchanges, right? Via your phone, browser, or desktop with the GUI. So a GUI is a graphical user interface or application easily. So that's something that's convenient there. But long-term investors, however, in my opinion, for those of our viewers that are long-term investors in crypto or want to be long-term investors in crypto, in my opinion, lean towards hardware wallets, and you can do your own research on this too, as well as always do your own due diligence. But hardware wallets, and there's many out there like Trezor and Ledger, which are the top ones to name a few. They provide great protection. Now, with hardware wallets, you're going to need to download a program on your computer to allow it to communicate with your hard wallet, because the hard wallet only signs the transaction. It only verifies the transaction. So you have an unsigned transaction, right? And you use your computer as a bridge. Your hardware wallet verifies it and sends back a verification of either transaction, if the transaction is approved or not. Note that the private key, and this is the great fact about hardware wallets, your private key, which is basically like your password, right, to all your funds stored in your wallet, right, that never leaves the wallet. So it'll never reach your computer, and hence it'll never reach the internet. So you'll just have your hardware wallet. The private key will always be in your hardware wallet. There's no way it can reach the internet. So that's the major benefit of hardware wallets. And like I said, the top ones are Trezor and Ledger, but there's also other ones as well, and I'll put a whole list of them in the description. I'll do your own research on these. There's pros and cons to each one of them, each one of these hardware wallets, and just do your research, and I would recommend investing into one of these if you are looking into crypto wallets, which ideally you should. If like I said, never leave your funds, your crypto wallet funds, your crypto funds on an exchange. Always put them in a wallet. Now, for hard wallets, there are a few cons, and to list a few, the major one. Never buy your hard wallets from resellers, because what if a bad actor on Amazon, they send you a pre-configured seed, right? If you don't remember, a seed is pretty much like the root password of all your private keys, right? What if they send you a pre-configured seed? That then they have like, most of us are not that technical, right? Like some of us are not that technical, right? And you want to get into crypto. They'll send you the pre-configured seed and they'll give you instructions. Oh, enter this pre-configured seed and transfer all your crypto funds into this wallet. Well, but like a person that's not that technical would do that, right? Following instructions. But then now the person that sold this wallet to you now has access to all your funds, right? So that's not good. So that's why I always make sure your seed is genuine. And to do that, always try to avoid resellers overall. Buy from like the direct company itself, like from their actual website. But yeah, that was my brief high level overview of crypto wallets.
That's absolutely amazing, Said. So this is all very great information that I'm sure viewers will appreciate. Just to reinforce the importance of this, my brother actually purchased crypto off of an exchange back when it rallied, I believe in 2017, and him and his friend actually bought crypto off an exchange, which later they've profited a lot, mind you, but later on the exchange went bankrupt and they basically lost their whole investment. So since then, we've been a little bit more careful. I personally am more careful with my cryptocurrency as well. So this is just the story to reinforce the fact that if you are a long-term crypto investor, that you should definitely look at taking these sort of measures to protect your investment. The other thing I wanted to caution our viewers on just very briefly is that if you have cryptocurrency, the exchanges that you would wish to withdraw your crypto from, they actually do have withdrawal fees. So make sure that you're mindful of the fact that even when you withdraw it, there will be an additional fee charged. Depending on the exchange, it may be significant or it may be insignificant, but again, you have to do your cost benefit analysis, because if you have a very small position in crypto, then it might not be worth it. But if you do have a significant amount of money invested in it, then you should definitely explore getting a crypto wallet to protect that investment.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned the your brother and how the exchange that he had his funds in, they pretty much shut down, right? That's why I also try to stay away from software wallets as well, because the same thing can happen with software wallets too, right? They're connected to the internet, and malicious actors can hack them at any time, right? They're vulnerable at any time. Like, I don't care how good they claim their security is. They're connected to the internet. That means that they're vulnerable to any type of attack. So that's why, like, if you have a lot of funds, like Deepak says, do your cost analysis. And if you have a lot of funds, keep in mind the exchange fees. And after that, also keep in mind that the difference between a software wallet and a hardware wallet. If you want to make like a quick transaction, if you want something that's quick and easy, and you're not a long-term investor, then yeah, definitely look towards software wallets. But if you're a long-term investor, hardware wallets the way to go.